Good day, everyone, and God bless all of you. My name is Dr. Alex British Chinedu Tasi from Ishopo Ancient Kingdom, which is in Ikwerre local government area of Rivers State of Nigeria, West Africa. And by the grace of God, I am a writer, a musician, a filmmaker, a football coach, an historian, and a multi-dimensional thinker. And I am also simply called Professor of Native Intelligence. What I have here to discuss is about the recent development that has just occurred in Ikwerre land, where a prominent Ikwerre son from Eneka community in Obio, Abo local government area of Rivers State of Nigeria, in the person of Chief Honorable John Azuta Mbata, emerged the new President General of Ohanueze Ndigbo worldwide. So many Ikwerre people are concerned and worried. So many of them are consternated, embittered, embarrassed, angry, slighted, vexed. That an Ikwerre person as prominent as John Azuta Mbata emerged the President General of Ohanueze Ndigbo worldwide. From the tone of their voices, I can understand that the people who phoned me are really not happy. They are disappointed. Well, I am not on social media for trivial matters. I am on social media to teach what I know as a storehouse of Ikwerre history, and also to learn from people the things that I do not know about. That's why I am on social media. My dear brother and sister, who is an Ikwerre person, my dear father and mother, who is an Ikwerre person, I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you not to be angry, bitter, not to be disappointed with what has just happened. You know why? It is not the first time. It is not also new to happen. Why so many people are not happy about this development is basically because they do not have enough historical background information and analysis of the events that have happened in Ikwerre land in the past. They are not familiar with some of the events that have happened in the past. When you are familiar with some of the events that have taken place in Ikwerre, you will know that this is not the first time that such a thing has happened, and it is not also new. So don't be angry. It is not new. Let me tell you something that you do not probably know about. The issue of Ikwerre being Igbo did not start today. Did not start today. In the year of 1975, one prominent Ikwerre son, just like John Azuta Mbata of today, in those days, I say 1975, published a pamphlet-sized book titled The Truth You Must Know, with the Nigerian Morning Star newspaper, claiming that Ikwerre people came from Arochukwu in Igbo land. And that person is no other person than the late Chief John Amabebe Nsirim from Omeke Ishobu. He was the first Ikwerre person to state publicly that Ikwerre is connected to Igbo. You know why? He wanted to ride on the back of the Igbo to achieve some political prominence at that time. You know, he looked at the size of Ikwerre land and saw that at that time it was not that big to launch his political ambition into such national stage. So he decided to align Ikwerre to Igbo. You know, he wanted to become a minister in Nigeria in the 1970s. In utter consternation, anger, and disappointment, some much younger Ikwerre people, like the late Mr. Dick Azonda Emejuru from Elele community, and the late Mr. Bekwele Wosu from Ogbakor, replied the late Chief John Amabebe Nsirim in a way that affected his ego, his education, his class in Ikwerre land. He was insulted, he was abused. So when a background check of his origin was done by some angry Ikwerre people like the late Senator Obi Wale, the late Chief Barrister Obidike Wanode, the late Barrister Richard Walker from Elele, Elecha Amade, much younger, and some others. They found out that the late Chief John Amabebe Nsirim paternally is connected to the Arochukwu people, you know. So he had sympathies for the Arochukwu people, you know. That was what they found out. I was told this by the late His Royal Highness Eze Anacho Emmanuel Oriji, former paramount ruler of Emowa community, when I visited him for this subject matter. So, Chief Amabebe was the first person. So when he did that, other Ikwerre people, like Chief S.A.J. Wachuku, Chief E.A.D. Aleko, all from Ishobo, attacked him. They replied him in a way that was somehow offensive. In an abrasive, combustive manner. You know, and that began his fall from grace to grass. And he was distanced. He was actually distanced in many Ikwerre political affairs and taken away from so many Ikwerre associations. A frontline member of for the creation of River State in the 1960s, a member of the Rivers State Chiefs and Elders Conference, turned back to talk about a history that has today affected Ikwerre people because of his selfish interests. The late Chief Emmanuel Agoma from Redisi also wanted a position in Eastern region and behaved in a way to tilt Ikwerre to Igbo land. In Echie land, the late Chief J.H.E. Wuke from Okomoku sold out Echie, you know, to the Igbo. And the late Chief Oporom, who antagonized him, died mysteriously when he was coming back from the war. You see? So this is the history. Senator John Azuta Mbata, a highly respected, regarded Ikwerre son, you know, is not the first Ikwerre person to toe this line. It's not the first person. to toe this line. Now, before Senator John Azuta Mbata, people like Chief Isaac Nwong from Elele community and Barrister Uche Okuku from Elele community have also publicly said that Ikwerre is Igbo for their own personal benefits and interests, not as a result of the unanimous position of the entire Ikwerre people, you know. So, Chief Senator Azuta Mbata is not the first, and this is not also new to happen. So, Ikwerre people, don't be perturbed, don't be bewildered, amazed, astonished, disappointed that one of your own, in the person of Chief Honorable Azuta Mbata John, has today emerged the President General of Ohanueze Ndigbo. What I want to underscore here, the emphasis I want to lay here is this. Keep your ears open. This is pertinent. This is very, very germane to assist in what we are talking about. And Mikhail dearly. The oracle is talking. The storehouse of Ikwerre history. In the early 1920s to about the middle of the 1920s, 1950s, the 20th century, I think so, yeah. Some ethnic groups in Nigeria decided to form pan-ethnic associations, some socio-cultural organizations for the purposes of cultural identity, ethnic cohesion, development, internal management of the affairs of the people, and so many others. Decided to form those organizations. One of the earliest of them used to be the Ibibio Progressive Union, you know, 1920s, 1930s. Then the Igbo State Union, later the Igbo Federated Union, in the 1940s, and ended in the year of 1966 by the decree of the late General Agu Ironsi. You know, during the existence of the Igbo State Union, the Igbo Federated Union, there was no Ikwerre person that was a member of that organization. Keep your ears open and listen. From the 1940s to the year of 1966, when the Igbo State Union ended, there was no Ikwerre person recorded as a member of that socio-cultural organization. I am saying before the Civil War. No Ikwerre person. The Igbos formed that association in Lagos State, as I have said, for the purposes that I have so far mentioned. Ikwerre people did not join them in that association, in that organization, in that group. It was purely an Igbo affair. What does it tell? That even from the beginning of time, as distant as the time that I have mentioned, that Ikwerre people have been living a separate life from the Igbo. Now, in the 1970s, Ohanueze Ndigbo was formed after the Civil War. From the year of 1970, the 70s I mean, from the 1970s when that socio-cultural organization was formed, to about the year that people like Isaac Nwong, Ogbakor and Mbata, just quite recently, you know, made their entries into that group. Ikwerre people were not part of that group. Ikwerre people were not part of that group. If you say it is a lie, at the comment section, mention actually with proof. Don't just drop a comment and run away. From the 1940s to about the time which Okoko them entered, no prominent Ikwerre person was a member of any of those formed cultural organizations, pan-ethnic organizations of the Igbo. Nobody. In the year of 1962, the late Chief Edward Aleko from Adanta Ishobo gathered so many Ikwerre people of resource, and they formed the Ikwerre Union in Lagos State. So in Lagos State, two parallel socio-cultural organizations existed. The Igbo State Union for the Igbo and Ikwerre Union for Ikwerre people. And Mekao, are you really getting something for what I'm saying? Before the Civil War, in Lagos State, Ikwerre people had their own cultural organization too, where they related among themselves as people belonging to one cultural identity, Ikwerre. Then in the year of 1963, certain things that are termed incongruous, abrasive, combustive happened, and all those things triggered the impulse to form Ogbakor Ikwerre. In the year of 1963, Ogbakor Ikwerre was born with the same purpose of ethnic cohesion, cultural identity, management of internal crisis, development, and all that. So there used to be the Igbo State Union, then there used to be Ogbakor Ikwerre in the early 1960s. Somebody will say, after the war, so you have to go and study when Ogbakor Ikwerre was formed. Certain things trigger the formation of that highly respected, highly regarded social cultural organization for the people of Ikwerre land. That was a statement that Ikwerre people made that Ikwerre is not Igbo. Not too long, Ogba people formed their own. Ebe people also formed their own, stating unequivocally that they are not Igbo people. Why did they form all these associations? If they agreed, if they believed that they are Igbo people, that is a very pertinent question to ask. In those days, the Igbos formed their own, Ikwerre people formed their own, Ogba people formed their own, Ebe people also formed their own. Why? Why? That is the question that so many people don't answer. Are Ikwerre people Igbo? The answer has always been in a form of statement, no. And they have always been saying it. Igbo is not a name of anybody. Igbo just means a geography. You know what it relatively means? Bush. Now they took it over to become the name of a people. The people are not part of that name. The Igbo should say that they are from Ikwerre. You don't say that you are from Ikwerre. Say Ikwerre is from Igbo. No, now. You are from Ikwerre land. Just agree that you are from Ikwerre. Then we can begin to know how to do with the relationship. Nobody was called Igbo who founded the Igbo land. I have been announcing this severally. Nobody, no human being called Igbo. Igbo means bush. Bush, thick forest. Igbo Uku, Igbo Etiti, Ijebu Igbo, Igbo Asako, Igbo Aro, Igbo Eche, Romo Igbo. We have all that. They will ask you, where do you come from? Ask them to, where did they come from? Don't be intimidated. Where do you come from? Tell them, where do you also come from? They say, where you came from? Why don't you speak their language? Ask them also, the place you came from, why don't you speak their language? Why don't you bear their names? It's the same thing, no? That thing that you think is holding me is also holding you. Tell us where you came from. Is it Israel? What names do you bear? How did you arrive here? What cultures do you practice? Are they in tandem with what the Jewish people do? The names they bear? Don't be intimidated. Be proud to tell them you are from Benin. The Ogwachukwu people, Abo, Eka, Anyocha, Anyoma, Oguta, Ikwerre, Ogbakor, all this group, Omnicha, all say they came from that area. Look at what Ned, Woko Senator, is battling with his people, where he wants to take that part and merge with the Igbo to form a state in Southeast. His people are telling him, you are all alone, no, we are not part of that group, we want to join us. Unanimously, they have not agreed. Ask Ned what he's saying there. You say all that area is, but there are confusions, disagreements here and there. Why do Ikwerre people say they are not Igbo people? When every other group, Mbaise, Arochukwu, all of them, they all agree. Why do Ikwerre people? Nobody has substantially settled this question. Ikwerre people, don't be perturbed. It doesn't make any meaning. Rotimichi became Mechi because he wanted to become president in Nigeria in the year of 2023, aligned himself to Igbo. Just like Amabesrim, he aligned himself to Igbo. During the primaries, the people he said he is part of them were some of the people that first dropped, their ambition in order for Tinubu to win. He became frustrated and disappointed. Just like Amabesrim, who wanted to become minister, he fell. They tricked him, he fell. When he wanted to come back, to the settings in Ikwerre land, it became late for him. That is it. Leave them. It is an individual business, individual choice. Whosoever that says is from here, is from there, leave the person, don't quarrel. Since I have been doing history, I don't abuse people. I don't insult. I don't denigrate anybody. I just talk history. If you have superior, arguments better, higher than my own, present them. Don't make conjectures. I don't make conjectures. I quote. Because all that I say are the things that I have unearthed as a result of so many years of history research, investigation, excavation, and examination. In this field, you can't beat me. If you like, bring a professor, you cannot. What do you know? John Azuta Mbata does not know the history of Ikwerre as I know. It is not a matter of becoming senator. I'm not a politician. We are talking about history now. Ask him how many Ikwerre people were members of the Igbo State Union and Ohanueze Ndigbo until these recent times. Ask him. Let him tell us. I am not angry because I know that they are doing business. They want to ride on the back of the Igbo people to actualize their political ambitions, to launch themselves into, a national political stage, which they have been limited as a result of the size of Ikwerre land. Ikwerre is a small ethnic group. So when you want to get into such national political prominence, you're not going to look for bigger, larger ethnic, bases as springboards. That's what they do. Don't be concerned, though. Don't be perturbed. Don't be worried. Leave them. They are doing business. It is when organizations, bodies in Ikwerre like Ogbakor Ikwerre Cultural Organization worldwide, which is a major stakeholder in Ikwerre land, makes a position, presents its opinion concerning all this, that you take things serious. What is the stance? What is the position of Ikwerre Development Association, IDA? What is the opinion, the position, the stance of Ikwerre Traditional Rulers Council of Nigeria, the Students Association in Ikwerre land, other relevant stakeholder bodies, and groups? What have they said concerning this issue? Let me ask you, since Chief Honorable Senator John Azuta Mbata emerged as the President General of Ohanueze Ndigbo worldwide, how many prominent Ikwerre people have felicited with him, congratulated him? Check how many. How many Ikwerre people has Ogbakor Ikwerre thanked him, congratulated him? Has IDA, has any Ikwerre traditional ruler congratulated him? What of the student organizations? Who is on his own? That is when you know whether the people generally, are stakeholders in this thing or not. It is not a one-man business. Ikwerre is gazetted as an ethnic nationality in Nigeria. For you to go there and cancel it and subsume it back into Igbo land, I don't know how it's going to be possible. That is where you begin. Let Ikwerre people at the National Assembly begin a move to tell Nigeria, no, we want to go back to Igbo land. That is where you start it. Not an individual who is doing a private business, looking for what to plug from the Igbo that we all know. You need to take that serious. No, now. Don't be perturbed. Don't be worried. I am not worried because I know it is not the first time. It is not also new. Some people will come in the future to say we are this, we are that. When they get it, if they don't get it, they come back. Which of people has served his tenure? What did they achieve? As former Secretary General for Ohanueze Ndigbo. What did he achieve? John Azuta Mbata, Senator, will also serve out his tenure and will not achieve anything. What was not achieved from the 1900s till this time that they are doing this is what they will achieve now? How possible? I don't know how possible. We have stakeholders like one prominent Ikwerre son, His Excellency Chief Barrister Eze. What has he said? What is his stance? All the academic people, our professors, what have they said? Our traditional rulers, what have they said? That is where you begin, not one person. Don't be bothered. It is not today. You say they are your brothers, we are your people. Okay. Because you speak language, no problem. What have you done for the people of Ikwerre land? With your money. Instead, we are the ones doing. All our companies here, they fill up. Scholarships, we give. Their markets, we rebuild. Employment in River State here, we give. In Ikwerre land here, we give. As in-laws, as this and that. Tell me what they do for us. So people who say they are our brothers, they are our sisters. What do they do for us? Senator Pope Uzodimma, who is the current executive governor of Imo State, grew up in Igruta land, established a bread factory called Two Brothers with his brother in Igruta land. Since he became the governor of Imo State, Has he remembered the people of Ibuta? Didn't he have friends when he was there? Has he remembered them? The late Chief Emmanuel Iwanyang of blessed memory lived so many years in Rumuokwuta, had so many friends, became all that he became. Did he remember Rumuokwuta people? The Igbo people born and bred in Ikwerre, even those that have been here, their ancestors have been here for hundreds of years ago, till this time, and they have emerged as big people in Nigeria. What have they done for Ikwerre people? Go and carry out your examination. They will not do because they know. They will not do now. Just go and find out. They have so much money. What help have they extended to the people of Ikwerre? These people are my brothers. It's not enough because you answer Chinedu. You answer, these names are Ikwerre names and terms. So, Ikwerre is an ethnic nationality in Nigeria. I don't know what you're talking about. So. Recognized, gazetted. These names are Ikwerre names and terms. How people borrowed all these names after answering them, we don't know. If you like, say what a small ethnic group. Somebody must come from somewhere and now expand. It's nature. You hear that the white people say that human beings started in Africa here and now populated the rest of the world. Are you not aware? It's from Ikwerre that every other person pulled out from. You don't know. What have they done for the people of Ikwerre land? To say we are brothers, we are sisters. What? They construct roads here. They build markets. They build schools. They build churches for us. What do they do for us? Just only because you answer the name, you answer the language. I don't know what you call it. Igbo means bush. Igbo is not the name of a person, no. That you can say, so person founded Ikwerre, also founded so. No, I don't know where you are coming from. I have no relationship with Ngwa people, without Wasi. As an Ikwerre person, I have nothing to do with Wasi person. From Newi, from Onitsha. I have nothing to do. But I have relationship with the whole of Ohaji people. With Oguta, with Onitsha, with Abo, Eka, Washuku, Ebe, Oba, Obi, the Agba. These people are my brothers and sisters, so because we all agree that we came from Benin. They are the people who are our brothers. We know them. Every Onitsha person is a brother and sister to a Ikwerre person. Every Oguta person. Obi Diagwa. Epe Yoba. Eka Washuku. Abo. Anyomanyocha. We are all brothers because we have common history. Other people don't know. We just see them as human beings. That also, we are all human beings. We are not connected in any way. We are not connected in any way at all. So nobody should quarrel. Don't abuse. Don't curse. Don't denigrate any group, anybody. Yes. There's nothing wrong if Ikwerre